DancingWind, the founder of Sacred Earth Connection. It's been a while again since my last video. However, I continue to work diligently on Sacred Possibilities Book 2, and my beautiful guest for you today is the California oak. I have been so amazed by how many species of different oaks live in California, and the one behind me here is a perfect example of the incredibly empowering teaching that they bring for us today in these times right now, which is that we were born for this time and we have absolutely everything that we need given to us by our divine creator to overcome anything that is given to us on our paths, and to trust and have faith and have patience with this infallible knowing that what you experience is perfect for you in some way, for your soul's path, for your unique purpose in this life. Each one of us contributes to the outcomes that we see for our world. So it's so important to know and recognize that we are divinely designed to overcome and transcend whatever challenges are sent to us to experience, to learn from, grow from, and know that we are never dealt anything that we don't have the ability to overcome. We will always be transformed by these experiences in some way. The greater the challenge and test of faith, the greater the reward, especially on a spiritual level. And that is the most fulfilling of rewards. This is where your highest potential resides. And the beautiful oaks of California are a perfect example of standing strong in knowing that you have everything that you need to overcome even the biggest storms of fire. Even when these fires are hotter than they normally are and might scorch the entire tree, these trees have everything that they need to continue to flourish. They not only survive these fires, but they thrive after, and it's actually so beneficial for them to go through these periodic fires. And so the divine designed them to be perfectly suited to these environments that require fire. When I first saw this particular individual at the end of a trail that I love so much, I couldn't believe that he still has leaves, and not just some. He's full of beautiful leaves that are bright green and full of new acorns, and is just amazing because he is so scorched. His bark is so charred. You would think that he was dead, but he's not. And he reminded me, as I imagined him being in complete flames, because this beautiful park actually went through an intense wildfire in 2017, and most of it burnt. And already you can't even tell, except for the scorched bark on the oaks and other trees, that it went through such an intense fire. The incredible regenerational power of this divinely designed sacred nature is so inspiring. and very deeply empowering as well, because we are spirit and nature combined. And this gives us access to so much power to do things that we couldn't even imagine we could do until we are faced with the greatest challenges and tests of faith. And so this beautiful individual reminded me of an experience I had in mid-2017. It was summer in Alaska. I spent almost 5 years in Alaska, spending time by myself in wilderness almost every day. I've always only experienced absolute magic with nature. So this was an absolutely unexpected situation that I found myself in. I was sitting there peacefully, just having my quality time with the divine, Mother Earth, nature, spirit, and all of a sudden this giant bull moose appeared at the end of the meadow. And as soon as he saw me, he started charging. And I knew immediately that I was in trouble, and there was something completely unusual about this moose. There was a deep mental instability that I could feel from this moose, and I just had a feeling that I definitely shouldn't run for the closest tree or forest at the edge of the meadow. And so what I did is the only thing that I always do, even in the most dire situations, and that is I went within me, in my sacred heart. And I'm human, so my primal instinct kicked in, and my heart felt like it would beat out of my chest as this bull was charging towards me. And I requested support and protection from the divine, from Archangel Michael, my highest guide and guardian after the divine, and Mother Earth. And as soon as I request Archangel Michael's support, my entire sacred circle of spirit is on alert as well to support and for reinforcements. And so I requested protection and to surround both me and the moose in divine love and light, and asked that they please help this moose, because I could feel so much anguish from him and I couldn't understand what was going on. It was like a split second and he was right in front of me and he stopped. And here I am sitting on the ground with this moose towering over me. He's pawing the ground, his ears are pinned back, his eyes are rolling back, his lips are retracted. And I'd seen this behavior in horses in movies. That's all I had to go on, knowing this is a very, very dangerous situation and he could trample me. As I broke eye contact within a few seconds and looked down at the ground, I focused on the beautiful little flowers around me and this infinite love that I have for nature and the divine and Mother Earth, and just started beaming him this love and asking for continuous support and protection and for both of us, because my heart went out to this moose. He was not normal. And time seemed to stop. And suddenly he calmed right down. And it looked like he began to follow someone who I couldn't see. But he began to follow someone all the way into the forest until he disappeared in there. And that was it. I started to breathe normally again. And once I couldn't even hear him anymore, he was so far in the forest. I stood up, I was bare feet, and I grounded myself completely to Mother Earth, and I started shaking off all the stress that had built up in my body. And I asked Spirit, what was that? It was so unexpected and so unlike anything I had ever experienced with nature. And so as I began to walk back, I received the insight that this was a test. It was a very intense, unexpected test for me to see if I would go into fear or go into love. In a split second, with my life threatened, would I choose fear or love? And I chose love. And the outcome was incredible and so powerful. And again, it demonstrated and reminded me that there is no greater power than that divine love. Our divinity is a direct connection to our divine creator, divine spirit, the divinity of nature, Mother Earth, everything that is divinely created. There is no greater force than the divine's love that flows through all of us. And when you are centered into that, nothing can overcome you. Yes, you will receive challenges and tests of faith, especially if you're a trailblazer, a way shower, a change maker, a truth seeker, a spiritual warrior. But this is why we were made the way that we are. It is to maintain the balance here. We are being called at this time to rise up through the flames and be who we are meant to be. And it is different for each one of us. We have our unique qualities, our unique personalities, our unique gifts. And so it's so important to request higher guidance, higher awareness, higher discernment and wisdom, so that you can live your divinity to its fullest potential through your humanity. And so our invitation for you today is to pay attention every day. Ask yourself, when you're going through deep challenges, intense tests of faith, and extreme adversity, what is it that you're being called to do, to be? What is it that you are learning from these experiences? How is this asking you to expand beyond your comfort zone, beyond what is familiar to you? What are you perceiving that is helping you to grow beyond, so that you can be even more of who you are meant to be? And living this path is infinitely amazing and profoundly rewarding. You just have to be fully committed to it. Honor your humanity, but always, always, always remember your divinity. I thank you for watching. Wherever you are in this world at this time of deeply transformational evolution for humanity on a global scale, know that love and light always, always, always wins. Always. And in the process, there are great benefits. No matter what things look like, always trust. The divine always uses the darkness to the advantage of love and light. Stay strong and know that you're definitely not alone. I send you infinite blessings to support you in every way that is divinely perfect for you at this time on your path. of life, for your unique purpose, and I send you great love.